Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home.
Today we have a vintage Ronson gem automatic petrol lighter. Just received this in the mail at the end of last week. Has an interesting design. But as you can see, when you push the thumb lever, the wheel just spins and there is no pressure on the wheel. When that happens, that is not a good sign. That means that something is obstructing your flint tube. So we're going to go ahead and remove the flint spring screw. Which is attached to the flint spring, and the stopper there on the end. Now we will put a screwdriver here to the back side on the fulcrum cap, and hopefully get this loose just with the one screwdriver. And there is some pressure on my finger on the back side, or on the front side of the fulcrum there, but it is coming loose. Fulcrum caps are very easy to lose, so it's a good idea to have something that you can put parts in. I don't have anything handy, so I'm just going to go ahead and put them in the bottom of this repair kit box. We've already pushed the fulcrum cap out, or fulcrum screw out, so there's that. Thumb lever spring will bring everything up and out of the body of the lighter. So there is your plunger spring and thumb lever or plunger. The smaller gem fitment. Does have the full outside gears. And then the sheet metal type clutch spring. Feels like it's still engaging there as it should. If it doesn't, I think I have some spares of that size. Now we will deal with the obstruction of the flint tube. The old degraded flint. And as I mentioned in a video that I made last week, sometimes you can just push, pressure will be enough. Most often not. But you might as well take a pick. That way you kind of get started on the center of the old flint and give it a good push. And that's given pretty good there. So we might be able to do it with a straight pick like that with just the pressure. I'm not going to risk it. I'd rather spin a bit and if that flint is not completely concreted, then the bit should go through it pretty easily and pretty quick. So hopefully we won't have to get out the hand drill, or the power drill I should say. There you go. Punch through there. And with my finger there, it gives me a little bit of margin of error because my finger caught this other finger back here, and that way the drill really couldn't go very far in there. And you can see an actual piece of flint dropped out of there, very small. The rest of it was pretty much dust. So get that cleaned out. Make sure there's nothing that needs to work its way out of there. And we'll get our table cleaned off, and then we will get it reassembled. So now, before we get everything back together, it was in pretty good condition, so I'm not even going to really worry about cleaning this up too much right at the moment anyway. Got our plunger spring and thumb lever or plunger. Get the rest of our parts laid out here. I'm going to clean up this wheel a little bit because it does have some old flint stuck in the gradations on the wheel. See if we can get some of that pushed off, and then we'll give it a little cleaning with the household disinfectant wipe. So that's about as clean as we'll get that. So now we'll take our wheel, our clutch spring with the cutout on the back, place that into the snuffer assembly. And then get our side gears into place. So now those are in place. We can hold it all together. Toward the front, hopefully a little lower toward the front. Got our fulcrum screw down there ready for us. Get everything timed here before we lower it into position. fulcrum screw in place. Fulcrum cap. And tighten that on down. Holding the back side with your finger or fingernail. Typically will not have to use another screwdriver to tighten that up sufficiently. So now we will get a flint in here. This is a flint courtesy of our friend Robert Hollingsworth. And Robert, I am happy with these flints. I meant to respond to your email, but got distracted. Before we tighten it down, we will go ahead and groove the flint. This looks like a good, strong, sparking lighter. Go ahead and put some fuel in here. Get our Zippo fuel. Try to waste as little as possible. But it's kind of a small hole, and you all know that I have a tendency to overfill them anyway. So let's just see how that does. Fuel screw back in place. And it doesn't even really feel like I've spilled a lot, although I could see it on the base of the lighter as I was pouring it in there. Until next time.